Hi and welcome to episode 3 of Country Bumpkin Creates. My name is Lucy and you can find me on Instagram as, we'll learn one day what my name is. My Instagram handle is country_bumps and my Ravelry name is CountryBumps. Thank you for returning if you are a returning viewer. Welcome to any new viewers and thank you for all of you who have subscribed and have left lovely comments on my previous 2 episodes. Okay, so let's get on with the show. Today I've got What Are We Wearing? And I am wearing my finished Flair sweater by Vera Valimaki. You'll have seen this as a work in progress in the last 2 episodes, but I really cracked on after the last episode and got it finished, and I just love it. The pattern, as I said, is by Vera Valimaki. You can find it on Ravelry. It's knit in the sister colorway even, by the lovely Amy at Stranded Dyeworks, and I just love it. It's a really comfy sweater. It's got lots of wear since I've finished it. I will insert some photos here of long shots so you can actually see it rather than me giving you a gratuitous boob shot of it, of me wearing it now. I did get some photos of the front and the back, so I'll insert them now. Modifications, I followed it pretty much to the pattern to a T, but I'm quite short bodied, so I did make it a bit shorter. And I did the sleeves a bit shorter as well because I like sort of 3/4 length sleeves. And I didn't change down a needle size for the cuff because I thought it might be a bit tight because I've got chubby arms, so and then I just did a normal bind off, but I did them shorter because I think you're supposed to do 10 inches, and I did 7 inches for the sleeve and then another 1.5 inches cuff, because I don't like long sleeves. I always end up shoving them up, so I thought I'll do them a bit shorter, plus it saves on knitting time, and I did manage to knit a whole sleeve in one day, which was pretty good going. So there's not much more to say. This, I love, as I've said before, I love this colourway. It is beautiful, and it's just my colours. It's just perfect colours. If somebody had said to me, well, I'll dye you a skein of yarn, what would it be? It would be pinks and purples and greys. So it's just perfect. Yeah, so that's the Flair sweater. I've got 2 other FOs. I'm not very good at the FO show this week. And they are, I've done 2 more of the big mandalas. So this is a purple and sort of turquoisey greeny colour one, and then I've done one very similar pattern, slightly different. I've just noticed I missed a loop here, so I'll just stitch that in somewhere rather than frogging it. And this is just a black and a red one, and these are from the Mandala Dream Catcher pattern, which is available on Ravelry, and I did those. The first one that I did, the rainbow one that I showed last week or 2 weeks ago, I did in a DK weight and it took forever. So these 2 and the 2 that I'm going to be doing from now on, I've done in Aran weight and they were so much quicker, and time is rapidly running out now because, as usual, I've left everything to the last minute. So I've got 2 more to do. I don't know what patterns I'm going to do yet, but they will be sort of probably lacy effect ones, like that. No, I've got 3 more to do. I lied. Yeah, or 3.5, because I've got a half or one done, but I'm not sure I like it, so I don't know yet. So that's it for all the FOs, because coming up in whips you'll see what's been taking most of my time, which is why I haven't had any FOs, and knitting time has been a bit limited. Dad's been poorly and just work stuff and, you know, life basically. Sometimes it gets in the way, doesn't it? Okay, I'm this will probably be quite a short episode today, probably because I haven't got a huge amount of content to talk about. But okay, moving swiftly on, we'll go to. Sorry, I'm just looking at my show notes. We'll move on to works in progress. There's quite a few of them. So the first one in my little. This is just I picked it up at a local craft fair. It's just like a really sweet box bag. And it's handy for just chucking in my handbag for like a sock project. Okay, so I've started the Batcave Socks for the Hubster. So it's just a plain vanilla sock. I really like how this is sort of micro striping ever so slightly. Okay, and the colourways are, for the contrast, I've got, this is the Limoncello colourway by Amy at Stranded Dyeworks, and this is Batcave, again by Amy. So, this is Amy's card. So this is her Oasis base, which is 75/25 superwash merino nylon, 425 meters per 100 grams, and that's Limoncello. And like I say, the other one is Batcave. So these are pretty much when I go and visit Dad type project. I need to measure one of his socks actually and see how long he wants the leg before I do the heel. I'll just do a heel flap and gusset because I've never knit him socks before, so I don't know how a afterthought heel or anything will fit him, so it's easier just to do a heel flap and gusset, which is my sort of pretty much go-to heel really. I do like a heel flap, and I'm just using these Knit Pro Symphony DPN needles, which are my these are 2.5mm, and I've done 64 stitches for him because he's only got skinny little chicken legs, so he doesn't need a huge amount, and they'll stretch anyway if they're quite stretchy. So those are for the Hubster. I do like using, if I'm doing a plain vanilla sock, I do prefer DPNs, and I seem to whiz around quite quickly on a DPN. But for pattern socks, I have moved to Magic Loop for them now. Sorry. Okay, so that's the first one. Second socks that I'm working on. This is a new bag I've received. It's the Department of Making Socks, and it's from Chatty Cat's Creations. And I think she's based in the Netherlands or Germany, somewhere like that. Doesn't say. This is her card. And the lovely Naomi. And postage was really cheap on this. And it comes with a lovely little feather progress keeper. And in here are my socks. So this is like a two-pronged knit along sock really. It's the Q-Train sock, which is part of the Knitting Expats New York sock collection. It's the last pattern in that. You probably won't be able to see it very well. There is a slight sort of pattern row here. But it's really difficult. You probably can't see it very well. It's just like a knit and purl pattern. And the yarn is Rosie's Moments, and it is the Christmas is Coming colourway. And again, it's superwash merino, and it has got a slight sparkle in it Oh yeah, you can see the sparkle quite well actually. So these are going to be some Christmas socks. And they are, so as well as going in for the New York Socks collection knit along, I'm also doing these as part of the festive sock along, hosted by Amy of Stranded Dyeworks, who also has the Stranded podcast, which is a 3-month knit along for any festive wintry-ish festive period, however you celebrate, whatever that means to you. Sock knit along even. And the third pair of socks were actually, which are in my lovely Free All the House Elves Dobby bag from QB Not For Profit, and she donates a large part of what you pay for the bag to cancer research charity. So I started these as for the Q Train socks because it said it worked well with self-striping, but I got like 4 or 5 stripes in and I didn't like it. It just wasn't flowing well for me, so I frogged them and then started them with the Christmas colourway. So these will just be a standard vanilla sock in a self-striping. So I've just got this orange. I've got these on a D-stash, so I haven't got a tag for these, but it is a Nora George yarns. It's just a 50 gram of like an orangey. It is a bit more orange than it's coming out on the camera. And then this is Fred and George, which is a Harry Potter, Fred and George Weasley. So you get one stripe of this like browny, coppery, it's more of a copper in real life, and then one stripe of this white with the flecks of neon pink and like a bluey green colour. So yeah, they'll be pretty cool, I think. And I might, because they're self-striping, I might do those as afterthought everything socks, like I did with my watermelons. But I'll see. I don't know yet. Who knows what will take my fancy when I get there. Okay, so they're just going to be like a plain vanilla sock. Once I've finished Nigel's Batcave socks, then I'll crack on with those probably. Sorry, I just need to wet my whistle. Okay, so this is a whip that you haven't seen yet, and it's in my I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good bag by the lovely Thimble and Thread make, and I have my Deathly Hallows symbol on the zipper, and it's got this really cool ribbon which is all the house crests. That makes it a handle on it, and it's like a really massive bag. So this, spoiler alert, if you are doing the Andrea Mowry What the Fade, which is her mystery knit along, then you might want to look away if you haven't started yet or haven't seen any pictures or anything, or if you're going to be doing it later or whatever and you don't want to see what the pattern is, then please skip ahead. So it starts with clue 1 and clue 2 were big brioche sections, and I've literally, this is the end of clue 2, and I've done 2 rows of clue 3. I've never done brioche before, so it was a bit of a steep learning curve, and you can see there are a couple of mistakes. I think I've burped when I should have burped, or barked when I should have burped, or whatever however it is there, and there's a few other places where I've made a few mistakes. But for a first time brioche, I'm not. So this is the right side, and I've got 3 different yarns here, but you can see a slight difference in this one and this one. They're a bit close together for my liking. And then this is the third one, and then on the opposite side again we've got 3 different yarns, and I'll go through the yarns now with those. But I'm pretty pleased. I actually prefer the wrong side, and I would imagine because it's brioche, hopefully there's going to be no lace further on so that you can wear it one way or the other. Okay, so the yarns are, I put all my yarns, because you use 6 skeins of yarn, so I've just got these like freezer bags from IKEA, and I've marked on them all whether they're A, B, C or D, or etc. So the first one, I probably should have taken them all out of the bags really, is, this is a Madeline Tosh sock. I thought I had all the tags, but I obviously haven't. This is Madeline Tosh sock in the rose colourway. So that was my first, that's colour A. And then colour B is this one, which hasn't got a name, but it's Nora George yarns, and it was in her birthday celebration pack, which I meant to bring but I forgot to bring it. And you had 3 skeins of yarn, and this one is like a pinky, it's got speckles of pink, and bits of blue and purple, so I thought that faded quite nicely. And the other ones was like a darker purple sparkle, and then the third one was like a greeny, it's up there, greeny turquoisey colour. So that's colour B. Colour C is this cool one, which is mainly like a, it's coming out quite bright there, but it's like a more of a lilac mauvey pink with lots of different colour sparkles. And this is Golding Yarns, and it's her last Christmas colourway, which was called Quality Street. Oh, I didn't realise it was BFL. It's 100% BFL superwash, but it feels really nice. It's not a scratchy BFL, and that's 365 metres for 100 grams. So, but I really like that colourway. So that's colour C, and then so those were the 3 colours that you use on the front. So that's Madeline Tosh, that's the Madeline Tosh rose there, which then moves into the Nora George yarns, and then that's the final colour on this side is the Quality Street, which is pretty cool. So then on this side, so colour, this is colour D, which is, sorry I'm not very organised today. So colour D, again is a Nora George yarns. This is our old tags, and it is Mrs. Fig of Wisteria Walk, which again is a Harry Potter reference, and that's superwash merino nylon, and that's what it looks like in the ball. So that's D, and then so that's this colour here, and then we fade into the next colour, which is colour E, and again it's a Nora George yarns, because I'm a huge fangirl of Nora George yarns. I love this colour. So it's like a purple, bright purple base. Can't say purple without doing it in a Scottish accent for some reason. With specks of lots of different colours, and again it's Nora George yarns, and this is the Night Bus, which again is a Harry Potter reference, and again it's on superwash merino nylon. And then we move into colour F, which is this dark purple here, which is the colour that is attached to the. It's not coming out very. It's quite a bit darker than that. It's more of a maroon. And again, is a Madeline Tosh sock, and it's in the medieval colourway. So I think they all flow quite nicely. I dropped a stitch there as well, and I'm not quite sure. I'll have to go back and sew it in. This is, I have signed up for a brioche workshop in a couple of weeks' time, so I'm going to take this along and then ask her what I did wrong there. I've just got a feeling I've reversed what I should be doing, and again, like how I would have fixed that drop stitch, and it's so squishy. I've never done, like I say, I've never done brioche before, and I must have started it 7 or 8 times, and I was like, right, one more time. If I don't get it this time, then that's it. I'm chucking it in a corner, and it can wait till I've been on my course and learn how to do it properly. But in the pattern, Andrea gives you really good links. I should have said it was by Andrea Mowry, who is the Fade Queen. She's done some tutorial videos on brioche, and they were really super helpful. Got a bit of a lump going on there. I don't know what's going on there. They were super helpful videos. That's all there is to say about that, really. But I'm really enjoying it now. And now you're just onto a garter section. All the brioche is finished now, so hopefully there may be more. Who knows? It is a mystery. That Clue 4 came out today, and that's, I don't know what. That's another garter section as well, so I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of edging to it or something. I don't know. Who knows? That's the whole point. Sometimes I'm a bit suspicious of mystery knit-alongs, but I am enjoying this one. Excuse me. Okay, so last work in progress is in my wrong way around, Mrs. Moog's sheepy bag. Love this bag. And so when you finish one sweater, you immediately have to start another one, don't you? So this is the start of the Madewell. Sorry, one of the cats is wandering around. Looks like she Madewell sweater. And I haven't progressed a huge amount, as you can see. So I've literally just started the top of the yoke of the Madewell sweater. And this is in, oh, that's quite a good representation of the colour there, actually. This is Nora George yarns, and it's in the Crookshanks colourway. So I have 4 skeins altogether. So I'm going to be pretty tight on, oh, it smells nice. Sorry. I'm going to be pretty tight on yardage for this. So what I might end up doing is knit so far of the body, but hopefully, because I'm short bodied, I won't need to go as far as the pattern says anyway. I might do like half the body, then knit the sleeves, and then continue the body. And it's got quite a wide. Then you once you finish the body of the cardigan, you pick up and do quite a wide. I think it's like a 2-inch or 1.5 inch button band that goes all the way around, because it is a seamless cardigan. So it just looks like a worm at the moment, so there's no point in me flashing it around, is there really? So yeah, it is. So I can probably get away with not having to do such a wide button band, I hope. If worst comes to the worst, then I could always do the button band in a contrast colour, but I don't want to do that. I want it to be all the same colour. I could do, because it's got this green in it here, so I could do like a green contrast to the button band, but I don't think it will look very nice. So I will just, like I say, I will knit it a bit shorter than the pattern says anyway, because I don't need the amount of length that the pattern calls for, and because it's a cardigan, I can keep trying it on as and when I get to that point. Sorry, I completely lost my train of thought then. Yeah, so that's the Madewell cardigan, and that's by Joji Locatelli, who we all know and love. And that's it for whips at the moment. I've got a tiny bit of stash enhancement, not huge of that. I managed to, on a de-stash on Facebook, I've managed to get a sweater's quantity of dye candy yarn in the It's Only Forever colourway. So I managed to get 4 skeins of that, which is really, and it's really pretty. So it's like pinks and purples and turquoises, and it's like a bluey grey there. So I don't know, I'm not sure what pattern I might do the pavement sweater by Vera Valimaki. I really love Vera's patterns. Oh, sorry, the lights are in and out. Yeah, that's a nice representation of the colour there. So I was really chuffed to get those. And then this is from the lovely Tracy at Nora George, and it's the Ginny Weasley colourway. There was a mix up with my last order, and a different one got sent instead of Ginny, but the other one was really pretty as well, so I kept that and paid for that one, and then Tracy sent me Ginny that I originally ordered, and it's got little speckles of, oh, it's really pretty. And then this is the latest instalment of the Mrs. Weasley's Knit Club. So this was the last one of the round 5. So Mrs. Weasley's Knit Club is a 3-monthly club, and you get 1 skein of yarn each month on a Harry Potter theme. And this quarter's was spells. So again, this is the Nora George yarns, and it's the Aloha Mora colourway, and it's like a beautiful, oh, look at the speckles, oh, look at that. I do love a speckle. I can never resist speckled yarn, and I've got so much speckled yarn in my stash. It's unbelievable. This is really pretty as well. So I think this might end up being socks. So yeah, that's it, the stash enhancement. Yeah, that's pretty much everything there is really for this episode. I know it's only a little short episode. The only Nigel and I had a little trip to Cornwall. We've got a vintage, late 1970s vintage caravan. So we went away in that last weekend. Just took a trip into Cornwall. It was just over an hour from where we live. And we stayed near to Port Isaac, where Doc Martin is filmed. But it was, we went on Friday, and it rained and rained and rained and rained and rained some more. All night Friday, which was quite interesting, being in a tin box, so it was pretty loud, so we didn't get much sleep on the Friday night. Saturday it was still raining, so we just went out we popped to Padstow, had some lunch out, foraged for some snacks and that for dinner, and then Sunday was glorious. Completely, you couldn't have had two opposite days at all. So Sunday was absolutely glorious. We popped to Poleseth, which is a really lovely beach. We had a walk around the beach for an hour or so, and then we moved on to Port Isaac, which was really busy, which is, I think it's like the Doc Martin effect has made it busy, but it's a really lovely little fishing village. And we had some lunch there, and when you're in Port Isaac you've got to have crab, so earthquake. We had some beautiful, I had a beautiful crab sandwich with some salad. Hubster had fish and chips, as you do by the sea. We had a walk around the village and stuff, and then pootled back to the caravan. And literally all I knit on, I did quite a lot of knitting, but it was all that, the brioche just seemed to take forever. So that's all I knit on for the whole weekend. So that's why I haven't got a great deal to show you, unfortunately. That's why there aren't a great deal of FOs. I took the cardigan with me. I took 2 pairs of socks. I didn't even touch them. I just did the brioche all weekend because I was enjoying it, but it just seemed never ending. And what else have I done in the last, I think it's 3 weeks since I podcast, because we're going away last week. I just got way off schedule. I belong to a local WI group, and we did a visit to an alpaca farm, which was about an hour, sort of mid-Devonish, the farm. And they're just adorable. I'll put some photos in. I took lots of photos, so I'll put some photos in at the end of this so you can see. And when she breeds them sort of this time of year, so the babies are born. So she had 4 babies, the youngest of which was 2 weeks, and the oldest was about 6 weeks, I think. But they're just so cute. They're so adorable. And then, so we had a walk around the farm, met all the different alpacas. I think she had about 20-ish alpacas there. And then she did us a lovely cream tea. And then a few of us decided that we would like to walk one of the alpacas as well. So I got to walk a really cute little boy who was 3. Yeah, he's 3 years old. And he was called Buddy. So that was really fun. Took him for a walk for about 20 minutes or so. So I'll put some pictures in now. Sorry, that's the cat trying to get out the cat flap. We've had to lock it because, so you can't see him, but Billy, when we woke up this morning, was walking around with a really bad limp and couldn't put his paw down. This is a cat paw, by the way. couldn't put his paw down, so he's been to the vets this morning and he's on, they think it's just a muscle strain that he's done, so we've got to keep an eye on him, but he's on house arrest, so we've had to lock the cat flap. So Millie, his sister's belting it at the moment to try and get out, but she can't, so I'll let her out in a minute anyway. So yeah, so I'll put some pictures of that in, and that's about it. Sorry, it's been a bit rambly, I do apologise, but that's just the nature of life at the moment. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will get better, honestly. This is only the 3rd episode and I still need, I need to find a groove to get into. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in 2 weeks. Happy knitting. Bye.